All right, so I'm going to talk about limiting beliefs that are holding you back. Okay, so before I go into that, I'm going to tell you a quick little story about an elephant, right? When an elephant is a baby calf, right? They tie a chain around his ankle, they tie it somewhere, and then every single day, that baby elephant tries and tries and tries to get away, but he's not strong enough. That elephant is not strong enough to break away with his current strength, right? So he tries again and he tries again and he tries again. And after each attempt, he starts losing more and more hope. He starts trying less and less because every time that he tries, he meets failure. So he's starting to think, you know what? Maybe this just isn't possible. Maybe this just isn't for me. So he's creating this belief in his head that this isn't possible. It's impossible. Why? Because he tried. He tried over and over again, and he simply just failed every single time that he tried. He sees others succeeding, but for some reason, every time he tries, he fails. And so the elephant grows older. The elephant tries a couple more times. He's still not strong enough until eventually the elephant grows old enough to a full size elephant. And we all know elephants are very, very strong. And then at this point, the elephant has a belief in his head that he can't do it. Why? Because he tried before and he failed hundreds of times. But what he doesn't understand is that he's strong enough to do it now. If he tried again, he would see that he can break free very easily. However, you can go and tell that elephant, hey, if you speak elephant, I don't know if you speak elephant, but if you go and tell that elephant, the grown elephant, hey, listen, you can break away. 9 times out of 10, that elephant is not going to believe you and it's going to stay stuck there. Even though he's strong enough to break the chain, even though he's strong enough to get away and get out of that situation, but the belief and the thought in his head is what's holding him back. The belief in his mind that he can't do it is what is holding him back. So let me ask you, how many of you have limiting beliefs? How many of you have tried many, many things over and over again and you failed nonstop, back to back? And for some reason, you've developed this belief in your mind that is limiting you, that is telling you, you know what? I don't think I can do it. I don't think I can succeed at that. I'm just not cut out for that. That's just not for me. Everyone else can succeed, but clearly I'm a failure. These beliefs are holding you back. This is the reason why you're not seeing the results that you want to see in life. If you're out of shape and you've tried many, many times and you've tried over and over again to lose the weight, and each and every time you don't stick to your word, you don't you don't stick to the diet, you don't work out, and then eventually you just stop trying overall altogether, right? Or maybe you work a job and maybe you try starting a business and you failed. And then after a while, you said, you know what? Maybe a business just isn't for me. Maybe I'm just designed to work a job. Or perhaps you started a YouTube channel and you post every single day, endlessly, endlessly, endlessly. And for some reason, nobody watches your videos. Nobody subscribes to your channel. So after a while, you start to think, well, I guess YouTube just isn't for me. Maybe it's just not for me. Or maybe you've talked to several women, right? I've seen guys do this where they talk to several women and they get rejected a couple times and then they just throw it away altogether. They lose their confidence. They lose that confidence the same way that the elephant lost his confidence that he could do it. Why? Because he quit. He quit after trying time and time again and being met with failure. What you don't understand is if that elephant were to try again over time, he would have understood, okay, now I'm strong enough. If he would have never stopped trying, he would have broke free from that chain. But the thought in his mind, and I'm telling you time and time again that your mind is the strongest tool that you have in your life. The same way that that elephant had a weak mind, you have a weak mind, and that is why you're stuck where you're at because of the things that you tell yourself over and over again. Let's use the example of approaching women, right? Some guys, like I said, approach women. I've talked to guys one on one, I've coached guys one on one that have told me, listen, I got rejected by one girl before or two girls before, and that's it. They just gave up, they lost all their confidence. But what they don't understand is that this life It gives you everything that you want as long as you try. And what you need to understand is every single time that you try, every time you're met with failure, you don't quit. You don't give up. You don't say it's not for you. You don't tell yourself these things because these are limiting beliefs. You believe in yourself and you tell yourself, okay, I failed, but I'm going to get back up. Life will never knock me down permanently. I'll try again. What can I learn from that last experience that will help me succeed on the next time? What can I learn from it? Let me turn that loss into a lesson and let me succeed. And if you understand that secret of the world, then you'll understand that you can be successful at whatever you put your mind to. Because if you pair the belief in yourself with never quitting, then you will succeed. It's just a matter of time. See, when I didn't have these social skills, when I didn't really have anyone watching me on YouTube, I still posted every day because I knew my day was coming. And right now, I'm almost at 600 subscribers. And if you guys help me to get 600 subscribers, that would be great. But it doesn't matter to me. I'm not quitting because I understand that my belief in myself plus me pairing that with daily action nonstop without quitting, I understand that each time I will learn something new. Each time I will learn a new lesson that will help me on the next attempt. And so, as you can see, I have over 500 videos. What does that mean? That's over 500 attempts. Over 500 attempts. And I don't even have 1,000 subscribers. If I would have told myself by now, well, I don't have 1,000 subscribers, it's just not for me. People like Mr. Beast, for years, didn't have anybody watching them. If they would have created that belief in their head, saying, you know what, I guess this just isn't for me, then that would have been a limiting belief. And for the rest of his life, he would have lived a life thinking that YouTube just wasn't for him. It's better just not to try. Imagine that. Imagine someone who's that successful. Had they formed a limiting belief in their head to not try ever again, they would have never seen their potential. If you try every day, a lucky day is right around the corner. That's what you need to understand. A lucky day is right around the corner if you simply just try every single day. If you want to talk to more women, you go and talk to more women. It's no secret to that. You approach more women. And if 50 women tell you no, learn. What is it that made them say no? Is it your looks? Is it the way you approach them? Is it how you sounded nervous? Is it how you smelled? And after time, like I said, your lucky day is right around the corner. The 51st might be the one who you end up having as your girlfriend, right? The woman of your dreams. Why? Because you didn't quit. So if you have a limiting belief right now, I want you to ask yourself, what is that limiting belief? And I want you to question whether it's true or whether you're making excuses based on the fact that you've tried time and time again and you failed back to back. Because if you're basing your opinion, your truth on the fact that you failed over and over again, so you should quit, no. The sign that you failed shows that you were good enough to try. And if you're good enough to try, you're good enough to learn. And if you're good enough to learn, you're good enough to succeed. But you just can't quit. You got to keep on going. So if you have a limiting belief, I want you to think about it today. Sit there with no distractions and figure it out. What is this limiting belief? Are you overweight? Do you need to lose the weight? You probably have a limiting belief. Are you scared to talk to women? You probably have a limiting belief. Are you scared to start a business and become a full-time entrepreneur? Probably have a limiting belief. If you need help, I got my Patreon. I'm going to link it down below. You guys can shoot me a message or on my Instagram, Optimal Man Coaching. Patreon is Optimal Man. That's the video for today, guys.